Yo, what's up? It's your boy J Tuck, Cowboys Up. Don't even ask me what I got on. Let's go to cowboysfansonly.com. So I was looking on Twitter today, man, as I normally do at JTuck151, and I saw a very interesting article. I think it was posted by the Landry Hat. And so it was listing the top 5 players the Dallas Cowboys should make a trade for right now to get rid of to try to make some type of impact and save this 2020 season that we've been speaking about on this channel. Now, I will say this, Cowboys fan. I do not believe the Dallas Cowboys are going to make a move. And I also saw a list, shouts out to my guy Law Nation. It says typically when the Cowboys do make a midseason trade, it's nothing splashy. It's nothing to get really excited about. Granted, we did give up the first round pick for Amari Cooper a few years ago, but that's typically not the Dallas Cowboys style. So I wouldn't expect any decisions to be made when it comes to before this trade deadline for the end of this month. I think what we have is what we're going to roll with, but we're going to have a little bit of fun. So the first person that was on that list was a new guy. It was a new guy that we just received this offseason. Hasn't performed well. It was Everson Griffen. Now, it was saying that with adding Randy Gregory back for week 7 this week, that we could possibly move on for Everson Griffen. And granted, I would not be opposed to that, but the question I will ask, who wants to make that trade? What can we really get back that's a value for Everson Griffen? I don't think we can get much. Maybe a Big Mac, maybe a few chicken nuggets, but we're not getting much back for Everson Griffen. So I don't see the Cowboys moving on from him. And it seems like the Cowboys do like Everson Griffen because he's kind of a leader, kind of a vocal guy. So I don't see them moving on from him. But personally, if it was me, see ya, kick rocks. Second guy is another guy who's a new addition this offseason. Hasn't did much. He hasn't did pretty much anything. He's been playing patty cake, getting tossed around. Dontari Poe. They were saying we can move on from Dontari Poe. But once again, what value does Dontari Poe really have right now? We saw him, he started off in Kansas City, then shifted around, I think, to Atlanta and Carolina. He's kind of run his course in the NFL. So maybe we get a 5th round, 6th round, maybe from another team, but I doubt we get anything of value that can really help this 2020 season when it comes to Dontari Poe. So personally, Everson Griffen, Dontari Poe, I would love to move on from them as far as a trade and we can get something back. Absolutely do it, but I doubt we can get anything from them. Now, this third guy was a very interesting guy that they mentioned. And he's one of my favorites. I know a lot of people like him, and he's been having a great season thus far, but it was Michael Gallup. And originally I said, hell to the no, hell no. We're not moving on from Michael Gallup. And personally, I wouldn't do it. But I think the reason they were saying the article was because we have CeeDee Lamb, we still have Amari Cooper, that we can move on from Michael Gallup because possibly there's a possibility that the Cowboys won't be able to re-sign him for a big contract or whatnot. We still have a lot to see with Michael Gallup. He's still under contract. How the Dallas Cowboys decide to work that out. But if there's anyone who does have a premium, I would say Michael Gallup's stock is very high right now. But as of right now, no thanks. I'm not moving on from Michael Gallup. I'm ready to see Dak Prescott come back next season and use CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, and Michael Gallup. So I wouldn't trade Michael Gallup. Now, the fourth guy. This is a guy I was very high on this offseason, right? I had lots of hopes, lots of expectations for this guy. If you watch some of my shows this summer, I said this guy was going to take a leap to be one of the NFL elites, and I was wrong. And that guy is Jaylon Smith. Now, granted, Jaylon Smith is statistically wise, he stands out as a high caliber linebacker amongst the NFL ranks. I think he's number 2 right now in tackles. So it looks good. So you might be able to get something of value for Jaylon Smith. Personally, I don't see the Cowboys moving on from Jaylon Smith, and the reason why is because they got him at a premium price. We spoke about it last night. They got him for the low, and typically we know what Stephen Jones and Jerry Jones now likes. They like bargains. They like great bargains. So I highly doubt that Stephen Jones or Jerry Jones is going to move on from Jaylon Smith. Plus, they like the story. I think Jaylon Smith will get better and progress this season now that we got the Wolf Hunter back with Leighton Vander Esch. I think he's going to add a lot more to this defense because Jaylon Smith, he is an athlete. He is athletic. It's just here with Jaylon. So I think the Dallas Cowboys keep Jaylon Smith and they don't move on, though I think he would have probably a second round premium, because typically in the NFL, you don't do player for player trades. It's not like the NBA. So it'll probably be some draft picks going, throwing back and forth. Maybe a third, maybe a fourth for Jalen Smith, but I wouldn't expect anything much higher right now. Now, the last guy, this has been a hot topic button on Twitter, man, and personally, I'm not with it right now. And it's this guy back here, Ezekiel Elliott. They are saying that we can move on from Ezekiel Elliott. His value is still high, though it's declining with all the fumbling we kind of seen, but we could get a first-round value or a second-round value for Ezekiel Elliott. Sounds great, but my question to that article and people who saying we should move on from Ezekiel Elliott, what's the plan? What's the plan? Do we ride Tony Pollard for the rest of the season? And then in the draft, we circle around and get another running back? If that's the case, paying him early and extending him earlier than we should have was very senseless, and it didn't make any sense. So there's no chance, y'all, that the Dallas Cowboys will move on from Ezekiel Elliott. I just don't see it happen. Jerry loves Zeke. He fought tooth and nail for Zeke. He drafted him early. He paid him early. There's no way that Steven and Jerry Jones are moving on from Ezekiel Elliott. Plus, if he continues to have the fumbling problem that we've seen, his value is going to decrease. So I just don't see that making a move. Granted, for conversation's sakes, it sounds great to be able to move on from Ezekiel Elliott. Maybe we get a whole bunch of picks back and we kind of do what we did with Herschel Walker. That's not the case with Zeke. I don't expect that for us to move on. So as far as, like I said, Cowboys fan, we got the trade deadline coming up. The Dallas Cowboys aren't going to make a move, y'all. I just don't feel like they are. There might be some players who are cut and released that we can get for the low. Then maybe we'll make a move. But I feel like right now, Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, Mike McCarthy, and the rest of the staff, they are extremely comfortable with what they have. And we are just going to have to ride this thing on out and see and hope for the best, man, because I do not think they're going to bring in anybody. The Earl Thomas thing, toss out the window. Quentin Williams from the Jets, toss out the window. It's just not happening because you got to think about it. When we grabbed Amari Cooper, we knew exactly what we needed. We needed to get Dak Prescott a number one receiver. So it was simple. Amari Cooper, boom, and then we fixed that problem. Right now, we have no idea what we need in Dallas to fix this team or if it's even salvageable if we can even fix it. So I don't think the Dallas Cowboys right now are going to actually make a move. So, like I said, Cowboys fans, just hold on tight. We're going to ride this thing on out, and then maybe we'll get back to the draft and come back next year. But I wouldn't expect any trades to be done, especially any of these premium players. Now, if it was me, I'm moving on from possibly DeMarcus Lawrence and see what I can get from DeMarcus Lawrence. But we know that's not happening either. So, Cowboys fam, hit me up in the chat, man. Who do y'all think we can move on from to get some draft picks to get ready for next year that actually really has a value that the Dallas Cowboys will actually do, man? Comment, like, subscribe somewhere below. Down there. Also, make sure you go to cowboysfansonly.com to get your merch. And it's your boy Jay Tuck signing off, man. Y'all stay safe, stay blessed, stay encouraged, and we'll be back again tomorrow night. Peace out.